of limit of quantitation is the situation in method development when you need to provide a precision for that method. Typically that involves estimating the lowest level calibration point and preparing a set of standards and injecting those, let's say, 10 times, and then calculating some statistic like standard deviation. And typically you want to get a relative standard deviation of less than 5%, let's say, for instrument performance. Depends on your particular methods and procedures in your lab. So let me show you how to go about that from batch at a glance. Here I am sitting at the batch, and I will just look at the batch table, and what I'm going to do is to extract out the calibration information. Now the calibration table is not shown in the flat view, so I will go and look at a very specialized view, which is the nested table, and I will look at the nested table layout vertically. And what I see in the nested table, if I drill down into any one of these samples, because they all share the same calibration, is that here is the calibration table. Now I've added additional columns here, and you'll see that for each group there is the LevelRSD calculation, as well as, by the way, the calibration file name, so you can relate back to where that calibration point came from, and the response factor. I'll just move the response factor over here. What I can do if I want to do statistics that are different than what's already provided here is I can go and export this table to Excel. So it goes into that directory, and I will say precision RSD calculation and export that into Excel. Here I have opened that file I exported, and I can drill down exactly as I did in that nested view on any sample and take a look at the calibration curve. So here I've got that calibration information, and for sake of simplicity I'm just going to take that table and I will copy it and insert a new worksheet and paste that into the new worksheet. So here, if I need to document the precision of my acquisition method in terms of replicates and statistics, here I've got it. I'm already here in Excel. Let's say I wanted to do some additional statistics. I could take this column here, LevelRSD calculations for all the levels, and I'll just create a list out of that column. And next I will just add the totals row for that column. And the statistic that I'm interested in, I've got a variety of choices, including variation, standard deviation. I will just pick average, and here I've got the average for all the calculations across that row. And of course I've got all the other Excel features, including a print preview, so I can go and put this on paper. And I will leave the rest as an exercise for the listener.